Hey, I'm Chris. Thanks for stopping by and checking out my free online guitar lessons. This is the beginner stage. We are at lesson number 3, so if you missed 1 and 2, you may want to check back and view those because a lot of the stuff that we talked about in those first 2 videos we're going to be dealing with today. And it's just helped to keep you up to speed. This is a great program that's going to get you guys going from not knowing how to play anything at all, even how to hold this thing, to playing some cool songs at the beginner stage. Who knows what's going to happen after then. But thanks again for checking me out. On today's lesson, we're going to talk about tuning, we're going to talk about the strings and the names of the strings, and we're actually going to play something today. Yeah, stoked. Here we go. The first thing we're going to talk about today's lesson, tuners. How do you stay in tune? Buy a tuner. Save your money. 7 to 15 bucks for one of these. Come on, buy a tuner. There are also ones that clamp on the top. They can get up to like $30 for those ones. These ones are pretty straightforward. A lot of the times you can just lay it on your lap, hit the string, and it will register on the screen below. Now, you can't tune unless you know what the names of the strings are. Because on the tuner, you're going to have to match up with an arrow or a dot or a beep the name of the string with this arrow or beep and getting it to a green light or just saying that you are in tune. So you need to know the name of the string in order to tune it on a tuner. So let's start in the top here. These are the strings of the guitar. The highest sounding one we will call string number 1, and it is the E string. String underneath it, number 2, is the B string. The next string we're going to hit is the 3rd. It is the G string. Following the G is the D string. The next string we have is the A. And finally, we have the low E string. It's low sounding. Now you're going to notice we're surrounded by E's here. Alright? It makes it a little easier to remember what's going on. Okay? So I'm going to go over them again with you, alright? The top string, the first string, the highest sounding string, E. The next string is the B string. The next string is the G. Following that is the D, the A, and once again we have the low E string. 2 E strings. Now, here is how one of my students suggested we remember the names of the strings. Now we're going to start from the low one here, and we're going to go this way, okay? So here's what we got. Every animal digs good bones every day, okay? Every animal digs good bones every day. E, A, D, G, B, E. That's one way to remember them. But again, I suggest you come up with your own lingo for it, your own abbreviations for each name of the string. Okay? Very important to know the names of the strings, by the way, obviously. So when I tell you that we are going to be using the D string, you know to go to that string right there. Those are the names of the strings. And one suggestion on how you can remember the names of them. Alright, here's what we're going to do now. We're actually going to play something on here. Okay, now we did a picking exercise in lesson 2. If you did not see that lesson, you may want to go back and check it out because it's going to help you out with this. Okay, what we're going to do here is we're going to rest our pick on the low E string and we're going to pick it, not strum it, 4 times. On the 3rd one, we're going to put our middle finger down on the 3rd fret. 1, 2, 3, keeping our thumb in basically the middle of the neck, as we discussed in lesson 2. Now here's what we're going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to pick the low E string 4 times. On the 3rd one, we're going to put our finger down and try and make a noise out of this, okay? Part of the battle is getting these fingers so they're strong enough to manipulate the string to make a sound. Make sure you're not hitting it on the bar there. We want to be right in the middle. Alright? Now here's what we're going to do. Get your finger already floating over top of the 3rd fret. Low E string. Thumb in the middle of the neck. Over here we are resting on the low E string, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we've got 4 notes. The third one, we're going to put our finger down on the 3rd fret. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very nice, very nice. Now, what you can do with this is you can start exercising each finger. So let's do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's move to our middle finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's get the ring finger in there. Now probably the toughest one to manipulate is the pinky, so let's definitely get the pinky in there. All right, you don't have to go that fast, you can slow it right down. Okay, we want to hear it nice and clean. Try not to hit the other strings. When you're hitting the 3rd fret, let's hear that note nice and clear, okay? No ticking, no rattling, nice and clear. All right, folks? Okay, let's review this exercise that we did today. Picking and using our finger here on the 3rd fret. Each finger, okay? The 3rd note is the one we want to drop our finger on. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now we're going to get the ring or the middle finger in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now we're going to get the ring finger in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the pinky, as I mentioned, this one's going to need the most work. Very nice. Take your time with that. Slow it down, speed it up. Move it around from different frets if you'd like. You may want to watch the size of your fingernails on there. If they're sticking out too far, they will restrict you from hitting the string properly. And that's going to come big time when we start doing big chord structures and such. Which brings me to my next subject, next lesson. We're going to do some chords. Yeah! Going to get some chords coming out of this bad boy. Which means that playing songs is right around the corner. Thanks for checking out my lessons. I really appreciate it. If you do like free lessons, slide the like button. Yeah! Don't forget to subscribe too. I got some lots of cool stuff coming up on my vlogs as well. Hanging out with some rad people, checking out the cool things in my school. Basically, having a good time and teaching you how to play guitar is what this is all about. And I'm really glad you guys checked me out. And I hope you stick around and go through the whole scenario here and learn how to become an awesome guitar player. You can do it. Stick with it. I would have got away with it if it wasn't for those pesky teenagers.